Alright, here we go. Outside Royal Enfield, Medellin, Colombia, in Poblado. Nice sunny day, and we will be taking out the Meteor 350, baby. So, first impressions, really small compared to my bike. Now, this thing, so we couldn't get the tripper thing working, so we had to throw this thing on it so I can not get lost. Which was a bit disappointing, really. Like, I thought that tripper thing worked really well, but we couldn't even get it to connect. So here, there's a USB charging port. Ah, there you go, right at the back. Alright, so I'm gonna plug the phone in. Man, you know what? I'm gonna have to get off, I can't see. So here you can see the USB port. It's kind of awkward to get to, man. Like, you can't you can't really see which way it goes in. It's kind of awkward. Alright, here we go. Is it charging? Let's see, let's turn this baby on. Is it charging? Yes, it is. Alright. So, initial thoughts. It's just nice to have a light bike. So, the negatives, let's get them out of the way. The trip thing, the trip app didn't work. We couldn't get it to connect. Other negatives, can't see any at the moment. Ah, the USB port, bit of a pain in the ass to get to. A lot of vibration going on in the mirrors. Mirrors are very small. Yeah, probably would be good to improve those mirrors. Right, let's go. And let's see how this little bad boy. Oh man, it's it's tiny, man. It like, you know, compared to my bike, it just feels tiny. Super hot day here today. Loads of sun, loads of heat. Oh man, because I know I'm going to get some shit for not wearing a protective jacket, but today it's just it'd be like an oven. So right, we're going to take this thing up into the hills and we're going to see how it handles. See how it handles the hills. Now, one thing when you're driving in Medellin, you have to know where the horn is, because man, it's really important aspect of riding a bike here is to make people aware of where you are and stuff. Yeah, really nimble. So for me, this bike is more about a bike to ride around the city in, because taking the big Harley out every time, you know, you just want to go down to the shops or you want to do something, it's a bit of a pain in the arse, to be honest. You know, I love my bike, but it is a bit of a pain in the arse when you want to, you know, just head down to the mall or the shop, or just do something a little bit, you know, easier. something a little bit. Yeah, my laces are getting stuck in the shifter. Initial thoughts on the power. Yeah, it's surprisingly, it's got a surprising amount of power, a surprising amount of torque in it actually. I believe this is a 4-gear, and we're gonna take it up the hills and see how it handles that. The mirrors would definitely need improvement for me. They're way too small, can't see much going on there. See, they're all passing through red lights here. Very normal in Medellin, unfortunately. Right, here we go. Gear changing experience, other than my laces getting caught into it, it's not amazing, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit, it kind of feel it's too high. I think that's the problem. If I lowered it, I don't think I'd have this issue. But so far it's a nice little bike. You know something else as well, the suspension is decent, like really good. The seat's comfortable, suspension's good. Brakes are good. Brakes are good. Surprised by the brakes, how good they are. Alright, so I'm getting used to the shifter now. It's not as, I'm getting used to it. It's not as bad as before. So, but I'd get a louder pipe on here for sure, just to feel a little bit safer. So where we're going now is we're going up into Envigado, which is next to Medellin. It's essentially part of Medellin, but it's a different city, it's a different town. But it has a load of hills, so look, we're going up right now. Oh, it's struggling. It's struggling a little bit. There we go. All right. You know, I'm used to my bike, which is essentially, you know, close to 2000 cc, and you just, you know, I mean, it just eats up the hills pretty much in any gear. So I'm just trying to get used to that. And the reason why I want to test the hills is because if I get this bike, you know, I'm going to be in the hills with it a lot. And the thing is, it's nice though, man. It really makes a difference. It's nice that it's so light. Like, you know, when you've got the Harley, the heavy Harley, it's just cumbersome at times, you know. And just driving this around, it's just so nice. You don't feel like, you know, there's no risk of like dropping it, or, you know, taking a corner too hard and it goes down, like whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's nice to just be on a little bike that just is nice and light. You almost feel like Well, I mean, if it was like going to tip over, you could save it, you know what I mean, because it's so light. Like, you know, the Harley tips over, you're done, man. There's just no way you're keeping it up. In fact, yesterday it tipped over. I stopped on there was a piece of rubber on the floor in the car park, right on a car parking space, and I just didn't see it, and the back wheel skidded as I was coming to a stop, and bike went down. But luckily, engine guards, man, engine guards saved everything. So really important to get your engine guards. Get the first thing you get on a bike, get engine guards. Yesterday it just proved to me how vital they are. It saved everything. Saved the fairing, saved the bags, everything. So yeah. All right, as we can see, we are doing some hilling, baby. This is a very hilly part of Envigado, so we're going to see how she deals with the hills. So far so good. No problem with the hills. If you had someone on the back, maybe you'd have an issue. But with just me, these hills are being eaten up, babe. Yeah, man, this is fun. Real fun. Hey. Alright, where are we going? What's going on here? I gotta leave it on. Fuck you doing, mate? Right now we're going to take her and you into the center of the touristic part of Medellin, Poblado. And we'll see how it deals with the traffic and the hills up there. Back brake works really well. It's much better than the Harley. Harley basically does nothing. This back brake actually does something. Alright, so let's open her up a little bit. See, I've forgotten to turn off the indicators again. Fourth gear. It is nice just to drive a really light bike that's just easy to maneuver, easy to manage. Now this is definitely not a bike for the motorway. I can already feel like you wouldn't have, I don't think you'd have enough power. Not to overtake at least, and all that, no way. So let's talk about riding position. I actually like it. It's comfortable, it's nice. You're not super leaned, not super forward. It's like someone shrunk a cruiser. That's what it feels like. riding a motorcycle here kind of feels safer, because it's like people respect, not respect motorcycles more, but they know that they're there. Whereas, for example, if I'm riding in London, like, people actively go out of their way to fuck with motorcyclists. Whereas here, it's the opposite. Like, they'll go out of their way to actually help you. Respect, I mean, there's still a lot of, you know, a lot of lack of respect, but in terms of people looking out for motorcyclists, it's good. So got to take the rough with the smooth. I actually feel more in danger here. I feel more in danger riding. I feel more in danger riding, driving a car. Alright, so what do I think about this bike overall? To sum up, I think it's a fantastic bike for A to B, getting around the city, a daily driver. That's what I would use it for. So I'm actually thinking about getting this bike, so stay tuned to see if that happens or not. Yeah, would I drive it in for hours on a longer tour? No. And I think overtaking on this bike on the highway, the motorway, would just be straight up dangerous. So maybe if you were on your own cruising, just taking it easy, maybe that would be okay, like going camping or something on your own. Have any of you guys done that? It would be great to hear your stories and your experiences. Let us know. And really appreciate having you guys here. I hope you've enjoyed some of the scenes here, the little tour we did of Medellin. So if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and the like button, and we'll see you on the next one.